up, Dama nerds? We're back again, episode 20 coming at ya. It is Saturday, September 28th here in somewhat sunny Vancouver, BC. It is 7:43 p.m. And as always, I am joined with my homie, the buddy, the co-host of the Dama, my co-host of the Dama Nerds, MJ. What's up, MJ?
Yo, nerds! What is up? I am here. Yes, my name is MJ. We're, the founders of Dama Nerds. We work on it together. The double MC, tag teaming, nerd, adventurists.
The Legion of Doom.
Legion of Nerd.
The Legion of Nerd. There we go.
It's a good one today, everyone. We have episode 20 coming at
20.
you. It's coming a little late. There's been a lot of things that's been happening for us. We've been busy and shit, so sorry for the delays.
Busy. Yeah, mostly my bad. Gotta say, I'm the busy one. I just moved back across the planet.
Exactly.
In the shop making Damas, like getting ready to go to NAKO, like all this stuff going on.
Exactly. There is a lot going on, but don't you worry, you little nerd heads. We're getting this stuff out here. It's
worry not, ye little nerds.
Yeah, so shit's going down. Let's just roll right into it, dude. Like you just mentioned, You've been busy.
I've been
Tarek
busy.
and Dama has been posting on their IG and stuff. You got a bunch of new raw Damas coming out.
Yeah, well, I spent a year not in the shop, unable to make kendamas and stuff. So now that I'm back, I've been itching for it. So now I'm back in the shop and making some damas, and it's been good. Yeah, I've made about 10 or 12 since I've been back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you saved them all for one big drop.
Ideally, I like to make a big drop and put them online, but a lot of the time as I'm taking pictures of them and I'll post them on my story when I turn something if I'm stoked on it. And people will hit me up and they'll want to buy it or something. So a lot of the times they get sold before I even finish them, kind of thing. Or people will say they want a custom, and I'll work on something along those lines, or I'll make 2 or 3 that are kind of what they like we're asking for, kind of thing. And then I'll be well, which one do you like? And and then I just have a couple other ones that I made that are still cool. So
how often do you get orders for a commission for a specific single Dama?
For a custom? Not super often. I mean, people talk to me about it a lot. People a lot of people are interested. I mean, of course it's expensive, I wouldn't buy one personally if it what I mean? I just straight couldn't afford it. I couldn't. I don't blame you dudes who are oh, that's too expensive. But that being said, it also takes a long time to not only do it, but to learn how to do it efficiently, to even be able to do it, and
Definitely.
to have the tools, and the wood itself is expensive and all that stuff. So it's it's unfortunate, but that is kind of the way she goes,
Yeah. No, I mean, you're using special kinds of woods, techniques, putting it all together by hand. That's what's gonna happen. Totally.
So I just try and make really cool stuff, stuff that you would never see otherwise, and that way it's at least something is worth it. It's not just oh yeah, Rod made it cool, but even though it looks the same as this Dama and that Dama, it's
do you ever think about making just solid beech kens or something?
I've never made beech because we've never had just a block of beech wood to work with, but I've made some maple and ash and purple heart and walnut, just straight wood ones, and ebonies and stuff like that too, just out of one piece.
Yeah. When you're first turning.
Yeah, and it's they're cool too, but I find in my mind, I think that because that stuff is so readily available these days with every company has a maple version of their stuff, or multiple versions kind of thing,
right.
Whether it be Sweets or Kusa or Deal With It, or all the companies have it,
Yeah.
Even the Terra Pro mods are like that too. So it's
true.
I don't think people are willing to pay the hand-turned price for just a straight maple or just a straight purple heart, because you can get a straight maple or a straight whatever for $50 from any other company. So
True.
why spend $150, $200 for me to make it by hand, So
because some people want that rod, hand grease.
And I mean, I am willing to do that for sure. Don't get me wrong. Like it's really easy for me because like a nice like one piece of wood like that is like it's all nice and easy to work with. Especially something like maple that I've worked with a lot. I know what to expect from it. So it like, you know what I mean? Whereas like if I'm doing a lot of laminates, sometimes like for example, I made 2 in this last drop that Tara just posted a couple pictures of. They're called Phil and Lil, a couple twins, and they have like an ebony stripe, and then there's veneers on either side that go maple, walnut, maple, and then there was mahogany for the rest. And so in that can, and then they had maple base cups. And so for those cans, mahogany is a really soft wood that like you can just slice into it like butter kind of thing. Whereas ebony is really hard, and like you have to keep your tools really sharp and stuff like that, and it's a lot more difficult to work with. So in a blank that has both of those, it's kind of interesting. You know, like obviously the closer to the center I would get, like the smaller it got, the more of the ebony is present, so the harder it gets kind of thing.
Yeah,
but when it's still bigger and there's all that mahogany, I can just plow through it. Just like,
whoa. So you have to be really careful because if you go too hard or too soft with these different types of woods.
Exactly, yeah. I've done that a lot.
Mess up the shape.
Definitely done that a lot. That's the thing about woodworking is it's really easy to, stop and leave something too big. But once you cut it too small, you can't put it back, right?
Done.
So it's it's
do you have a lot of
real
like B grade stuff?
Not like I don't have a lot. There is some like pieces that never ended up being finished because they just got destroyed, or or I just haven't put in the effort to actually fix them or whatever. But no, I don't really have like many B grades. I do get B grades once in a while, like where like the wood has like a knot in it and it ended up having like a hole or something like that.
Yep.
Or like I screw up and like whatever, I had to fix something, and so like I do have B grade stuff, but usually we just sell them a little bit cheaper because they're just like cosmetic most of the time, right?
Yeah.
Like there's a B grade right now that I'm bringing 2 B grades with me to NAKO actually, and one of them has been there for a little while and it's made of like ohia and oak, and I think there's some veneer stripes in it, and that little cup is ash because I screwed up the Cerdo and had to chop it off and I put a new little cup on it.
Oh shit! Like what I have around, there's some ash right there. Okay, that's gonna be going right here. There's one called ohia.
Ohia, yeah.
That's funny. It's right in Japanese, just water.
Yeah, exactly. A cup of water. Just a cup of water. But no, it's actually a pretty nice little wood. They use it for like guitars and stuff, I guess.
Oh, for the body?
Yes.
Neck? Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Dude, with these, I was always wondering about when you have just a single cup being a different type of wood, how durable is that? Like, it's glued on there.
Yeah.
But for those nuts who are just tap crazy, was it ever like just come off completely?
Not that I've seen, no. I mean, the wood glue is like really good. Like it's strong. And if you do it properly and you have like a nice flat, like clean surface. And
right, you go like grain on grain or some shit.
And you keep like good pressure on it and stuff, then it will stay really strong. But there's other techniques too to keep the cups in there like stronger and stuff. So rather than just being a flat surface, like we'll cut like a tenon and put a hole into the Cerdo.
Oh,
so
okay.
So you're not only gluing end grain to end grain, there's actually some side grain being glued together within that hole too, in that little tenon.
All right, and so that adds a little more
bit
structure.
of extra time, but it adds some strength to it too.
Yeah.
I have even the ones that are I've made some that are flat too, and like I've never had one break that I've seen. So I don't know.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, like sometimes that does happen. I know a lot of people with have their grain theory cry stories where shit's just split. One of mine, like I just dropped like out of my hand, like where you pull up to like lighthouse or airplane. I forgot what I was doing, but I just didn't have enough grip on the Dama and just slid out of my greasy hand and it fell on the floor. I was like, oh, like no big deal, but pop. Piece come off. I was like, what? But I guess that was kind of good because it didn't really mess with the wood so much. It was like a nice clean cut, so I just glued it back on.
Was it like a Spectraply?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that happens sometimes with like those laminate pieces like that, I guess. Like when like with like Spectraply especially is bad for that. It's like the one that I've only seen it do actually. Most of them don't do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Usually like in my experience, if you have like a laminate like that, where it's glued, usually is like the strongest part. You know, like the wood around it will like tear before the actual glue joint comes apart.
Yeah.
You know, because the glue, I think, actually like penetrates the pores of the wood and like brings them to like, you know, turns into like brings them together kind of thing.
Right.
So,
like I think.
Yeah.
Do you think it's because of how thin all the wood is? Is there a problem with the glue? Because I know that, you know, sweets in the past, what was that? Like last year, they're homegrown, those splices that they did.
Yeah.
They're big chunks, more big chunks, almost like the cuts that you do.
Yeah.
And I would think, are those better than the thin pieces of wood coming together to make a full Dama or Ken?
I wonder. Yeah, I don't know. I think Spectraply is kind of famous for being the one that's like kind of chunky sometimes, you know? But like, it's also a manufactured like product before it becomes a kendama, right? So like that would have to do with that, I would imagine, more so than, you know, and like wood is wood. So like sometimes, you know, you get like even just a piece of maple is just like you can get the most solid piece of maple in the world that you could like, you know, lift a car with almost, just like using it as a lever kind of thing. Or you could get a piece that like, you know, you could just snap in half because it's like, or it has a big knot in it, or it's, you know what I mean? Like, it just fluctuates.
You never know.
So it's all comes down to that, I guess. It's like choosing a nice piece of wood and like gluing it up nice and stuff. Because I've had some glue jobs too that don't turn out like because I didn't do a good job kind of thing. Like, or like if I make a Cerdo, for example, with different cups, and when I glue the cup pieces on the end, if I don't like squeeze it on all the way, it only gets put on halfway or something, you know? Because like you put glue on it like in the hole, and like when you're trying to slide them together and push them in, the glue will like stop it. Because you can't compress the glue, right? So it will like stop it from going in.
Oh.
Unless you can push it hard enough that the glue pushes through the pores of the wood and makes room for it to go in, kind of thing, which is really hard to do. Or
you
if
need
you just
like
have
a
the right
massive
amount
press.
of glue. Or it's or there's other ways to do it too. But yeah, that's just a problem I've had once or twice where like the cup wasn't on there all the way and I didn't notice till the glue had already dried. So then again, you just gotta put it on the lid, chop the cup off, and try again. You know?
Oh man. There's
nothing else to do. It's just
have you guys posted any? I'm interested to see what the shit looks like as you're gluing it, and when it's like a block before you turn it.
I haven't really posted much of that. I'll usually send that like if I'm working on a custom with people. I'll usually be like, "Yo, like so this is what I'm thinking," kind of thing. And even before I glue it, just a bunch of pieces of wood sitting there together. Like this is what I have planned. And it's always interesting because you know you look at it and you're like, okay, that's cool, but like you have no idea what it's gonna look like as a Ken.
At the end,
like which one is like, you know, you have to choose like where the center is on the blank, and like you have to choose like which end is. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like
that seems like the hardest thing to do.
It's pretty cool. It's fun because like now that I've made so many, I like kind of have an idea of like how thick something can be before it like disappears or where it's gonna end up. You know, things like that. I've gotten better at guessing those things, so it's pretty cool. It makes it easier to like kind of design a Ken when I'm like looking at wood and trying to design which ones to put where, kind of thing.
Right. I'm sure it's intense. I was just checking out the Terra posts on Instagram and like you and Rick's mods. There's just
the old ones. That was so much work, man. Me and Alex spent like 2 or 3 days like just chopping all that wood, and then I spent like weeks just like gluing it all together and like cutting it into nice like flat blanks and like getting it all prepared to send to the factory to actually turn them.
Oh, okay. So
those are
together.
The old. I guess nobody saw those pictures or anything that you're talking about. These are the old LBB Pro models, the first Terra Pro models that were ever released.
Yeah.
Which were made in Edmonton at a CNC factory in Edmonton in Canada.
Oh yeah.
And those were all hand glued and cut by me and Alex and everything prepared and then brought to the shop to turn, and I actually picked them up in my van personally and drove them to Vancouver in the winter because I went to go visit my family for Christmas and stuff.
Oh, word.
And I picked up Eric and we drove through the mountains with all those LBBs, all the skate ply, the original skate ply ones, all those ash ones, the walnut, all that stuff was all in my van all the way through the mountains. So it was good.
Man.
It was a good trip.
Don't crash and lose all them shits.
Hell no. There's some precious cargo there.
Right? See that stuff on the highway sometimes where it's like fucking crate of chickens goes down on the highway, and it's just like chicken feathers and heads and legs everywhere.
Yeah, so I'm driving down the highway. I got like strings and tamas hanging off the side of my van, just like as I'm driving.
Split balls.
Yeah, just wood shavings flying out the back.
Damn. So you got 12 that you turned.
Something like that. I don't remember the actual number, but somewhere around there.
Which one is the one you are going to be the saddest to let go?
There's a couple.
Where you're like, I should just keep this one.
Yeah, there's one that's I think it did sell already. It's called Marcus Allen. I named it, and it's one that they posted on the Terra Insta. Actually, it's like the can, like the sword part is made of maple with koa stripes, and then the Cerado is made of, what was it? It was babinga with some like maple on like the top bird spots and like a center stripe as well, a couple of veneer center stripes.
With the green tama?
Yes.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that guy, yeah. So that one is such a lunar beast. It's insane. I like,
ooh,
because like the maple and koa is nice and light, and then the babinga Cerado, yeah, is really heavy. I forget the weights exactly, but it was something like 55 or like 60 gram Cerado and like 40 gram can or something like that. Like it's something crazy, like 15 or 20 grams difference. Like it's
man. How are the slingers?
It still doesn't doable. I mean, I wasn't going ham. I just turned it. I'm trying to sell it, so I'm not just like sitting in the shop slinging them, you know. But you know, I'll give it one just to feel little. It.
Yeah, right. No spiking, just the motion.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
I usually like when I'm putting the cans together and stuff, I have a tama with me, and I'll usually like put it on a lunar and kind of check it out and just see how it feels. Yeah. You know, I'm not gonna like play it or anything. Unfortunately, right. I wish I could, but
because like you're saying, with all the different types of woods, you never know what's gonna be like good or not good. It's like actually it should be good for lunars, but something's not working.
Yeah, and like so, yeah, and you never really know until you try, right? And then you figure out little things, and then
seriously, because there's plenty of damas that I've tried with like base cup holes. I'm like, oh, all right, sweet, but I put it on lunar. I'm like, this is like I gotta tilt it pretty far. Like it's still pretty heavy.
It doesn't make a big enough difference.
Yeah. Or maybe like the Sarado is too light, and so in that setup,
that's what I was gonna say. Again, that like comes down to like wood and like you know.
Yeah, you're never guaranteed.
Especially if it's like a China-made Dama or something, like they're not weighing pieces of wood and being like, "Oh, this will make a good Cerado because it's a nice, thick, heavy piece." You know, like
right?
They don't think about that. They just huck a bunch of wood on the machine.
Yeah, here, have some cherry wood.
Dude probably turns 50 of them before he finishes his first cigarette of the day. You know?
Oh,
just pumping them out.
Seriously, and what's that? It's gonna be like 90% of the kendamas in the market from China.
Yeah, but a good chunk of them. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know the actual number, but it's somewhere around that probably.
It's got to be something like that. It's got to be.
Yeah.
But that's sweet, dude. And another thing, the names. You always have some interesting names. Where do all these names come from?
The names are funny. I always kind of like, after I turn them, I'll like hang out with a few of them and I'll just look at them and like kind of.
You hang out? How high are you when you do that? You hang out with your turned Ken?
I'm not like just like I said that, but I'm not like, you know, pouring shots for the Ken, like, yeah, what's up, buddy? Like, yeah, another round on Rod, you know? Like,
there's like a little tea party with a bunch of Kens sitting around.
Basic. No, I just mean like I'll just sit and like look at them for a second kind of thing and just like kind of trying to like feel the vibe on it, you know? Like, what am I thinking when I look at it? Like, for example, those ebony ones that I was talking about called Phil and Lil.
Yeah.
So those ones I made that the reason they had a maple base cup was because I made it all out of both Kens are made out of one big piece. And
okay.
So I originally wanted to make one kendama where the Cerado was the same design kind of thing. But it was a little bit long, so I figured I could make two Kens, but it was like just borderline long enough. So to give it a little extra room to work with, I put maple base cups on either one to give me that little extra, like the width of the length of the base cup. Plus, if you put that one next to one of my other ones, it's like a little bit shorter than what they usually are, kind of thing, just to make it fit. So they were like a little bit on the small side, like not like it doesn't change anything. It's just a little bit different on like height wise, you know. And so That's why they were like a little bit shorter than the other ones. So I named them Phil and Lil from Rugrats because they're twin kendamas, and the twins from Rugrats are Phil and Lil. So usually I try and come up with something.
I never
like
watched Rugrats. Yeah.
Okay. I just talked about that one. Marcus Allen was the name of that one that I said was really, really loony. Now, if you this is funny. I talked to Kristen about this the other day because she was asking me about it. If you Google it, he's a famous football player guy. I didn't know that at the time. The Marcus Allen I was naming it after was because it's such a good lunar kendama. I Googled some like lunar conspiracy shit of like people who, and so Marcus Allen is like a pretty well known like conspiracy theorist about like the lunar landings and like all the shit that happened like surrounding the moon and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like because it's such a good lunar Dama, it's like this lunar conspiracy dude's name. Or like there's been other ones in the past what I named like Buzz Aldrin. Like another lunar kendama, like one of the first guys on the moon, shit like that. Or like I've done ones where like if I'll make a set of 5 of them all together kind of thing, I've done that where I named them all after the Power Rangers.
Okay.
Because there's 5 of them. If there's like a group of 5, I try and keep them as like a team kind of thing.
Oh shit.
Like I've done a whole bunch of different ones. I can't remember.
Dude, you totally need to do Captain Planet and the Planeteers because they're all about
I've done that. I did that with some Skatefly ones.
You did. I remember now.
Yeah, I did.
It was already done.
I did all the Planeteers. Yeah.
Well, with all the lunar talks, you should definitely do a collab with Jake, Mr. Weens. He's all about the lunar.
Yeah,
right.
That would be a really good one, actually. Maybe get some of those Weens Tamas on there.
Yeah,
those funky ones.
Or just go off and start naming them moons from like Saturn or some shit. Other moons.
I thought about stuff like that too, like Europa and like stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool. Because I got nothing but time. I'm just gonna keep pumping out Damas, so I'll always need names.
Because the names on their own, it's like everyone's like, what the fuck, what?
But that's what I like about it, because like once I meet someone, like after they have one or something, if I've never talked to them before, people will message me or I'll meet them and they'll be like, what the like why? What? And then I'll tell them what it is, and they'll be like, "Oh, that's fucking sick!" Like,
right. At least if they know about it, or you can just be like, "Yo, you got the Kerry King." Like
exactly. I was just gonna say that one, like the Kerry King one, man. There was another one I made that was Jeff Hanneman.
Oh, and dude.
For those of you that don't know, Kerry King and Jeff Hanneman are the 2 guitarists from Slayer.
Slayer!
So I fucking named these 2 kendamas were like, I made them and I was like, these things are gonna slay. Like they're gonna be really good. They're gonna be Slayers.
Dude,
so I was like,
name
it
so
after
awesome.
fucking the Slayer guys, And
only the metalheads will know.
So the people who know are like stoked on it. It's like a little Easter egg.
They're probably the ones that bought it too.
I hope so.
Like, oh wait, dude, that one's called Kerry King. Oh, I love Slayer. I'm getting that one.
Yeah, exactly. What are some other ones? Deal. Like I did a Friends series, like so the cast of like the TV show Friends.
No way.
Yeah, there was like a Rachel, a Joey, a like Chandler, all that shit.
Did the Ross suck?
There was a Ross. No, the Ross was pretty cool actually. It was
that one should have been like the shittiest one.
It might have been, but
right?
I don't know.
It's kind of messed up. Doesn't really.
It was a Skateply one. I did
well.
a few like batches of Skateplies where it was like 5 or 6 of them. So I had like a chance to do like the name thing. So
dude, and with the Power Rangers colors,
I did the Power Rangers.
Did you do the colors?
Well, I don't have all the colors of them, so I couldn't. Like we don't have yellow, we don't have pink. We did have, but yeah.
Just get Kristen over and to fucking paint that shit. She's an artist.
There we go. Yeah.
Get some new colors in there.
Yeah, that would be good. But I've done lots of different ones. I'm trying to think of all. I did like Power Rangers, the Planeteers. I did the Powerpuff Girls. I've done Friends. Do you remember Oliver and Company, that old cartoon movie?
The movie, yeah, Disney movie, yeah.
Yeah, there's like the dogs and shit. I had their names was on some of them.
It's Francis, not Frank or Frankie.
Yeah, Francis. Yeah, that was a good movie. But yeah, I just try to like think of things that I like and like, just like I said, like make a little Easter eggy kind of thing. So whoever buys it hopefully figures it out and is hyped on it,
Yeah, I think it's so funny because it's so different. It's like such a special, handcrafted, fancy ass looking Dama, and it just has like this one's called the Rachel.
Yeah, exactly. Just like a goofy little name, yeah. But they have like a legit little, like, I'll make like little wooden name tags for them, right? Like it says,
okay,
like, raw
with
Dama
the weights and shit.
kendama,
Yeah,
and they have like their name, the weight, like what it's made out of, when I made it, written down on it, kind of thing.
that's good. That's good. Cool. So people remember, because they're gonna forget if they just see it on the website. Just like all the other kendama names, and if it's not like a major different kind of wood or pattern on the tama, it's just like, what's that called? I don't know. Like
exactly.
Like Kusa has so many colors coming out, and I think all the different names of them, like, I don't remember the dash, what's that called? Like, what? Ooh, what? Whatever.
Yeah,
it's cool. It's good.
No,
Jam
it's
it.
good. Everyone's pumping out new stuff all the time.
Yeah. See, the thing is that everyone in these companies, they need a way to kind of, organize their shit. They can't just be like, oh, kendama number 1, kendama, the red and the pink one. Like,
yeah.
We're like, all right, we got to think of names. Even if the audience doesn't care what the names are,
yeah, exactly.
we need to know so we can catalog them well.
I mean, Sweets is on that shit now, where they're doing like the V12, the V13, the V14 of like their stuff. So they actually have like a number, like a batch number, basically on theirs.
Right.
So I wonder how long they'll go with that for. They're gonna be like the V495, like. How deep do you go? Like,
that would be ridiculous. You could probably keep on going. Episodes.
That'll be cool. Yeah,
just,
exactly.
Just continue. Just continue. Sweets. Talking about sweets. Damapedia. Let's take it back to March 29th, 2014. This Damapedia article has 0 comments because no one was reading that back in 2014. The owner, Matt Sweets Kendama, was founded in August of 2010 after seeing a kendama in a snowboarding video. I think that's incorrect. Didn't Sweets say it was the ski video?
The ski video, yeah.
Being a long-time juggler, snowboarder, and yo-yo player, I didn't know he was a juggler, he had to have a kendama. Yeah. He searched the web and was only able to find kendamas from international sources, trying to sound fancy, paying more for shipping than the product itself. It seemed that the seed that has become Sweets Kendama was planted. Oh shit. With the mission of spreading kendama love, Sweets Kendamas was incepted in August of 2010, which was stated at the beginning of the article, okay?
Yeah.
Since then, the company has focused efforts to spread the beliefs and gratification that kendama can provide and the culture that it creates. All right.
Interesting.
Part of the mission. Let's continue this story in Damapedia. The mission of Sweets Kendama. Part of this mission, of course, was making kendamas more available in the U.S. market. It seems like decades ago that we ordered our first batch from 600 from overseas, which came fully painted and assembled. In the first couple hours, it was apparent that these kendamas did not share the same quality finish as the JKA kendamas that Sweets had first purchased. From that moment on, we began ordering unfinished kendama pieces that we've painted, assembled, and packaged in the MN.
In the MN.
In the MN. This brought in our mission to create the most durable, playable, and aesthetically pleasing kendamas on the market. And that's pretty true from what, Sweets was saying. This is lacking the really funny part where Sweets was saying, like, as the paint chipped falls, so did his tears. And how he spent all his fucking hard saved cash.
Yeah.
Put all into this, and it was just like
a bunch
the worst
of paint chips onto the floor.
The worst shit ever. Let's continue. As one of the first American kendama companies, we are the only company to design and paint our brand of kendamas in the U.S. This allows us to design and research new finishes that continuously set the bar of the industry's highest standards, which they totally, maybe in the past they did, but I feel like they definitely do now with all their different types of cushion and the Pro Clear. Totally.
Yeah. Cushion Clear is like arguably the best paint in the game.
Man,
all depends on the preference. I mean, it's what
exactly.
You like.
Yeah.
I personally,
some break in better than others.
Clear. Yeah, I've always loved Cushion Clear. I think it's great.
For me, it's like I think it feels like it's a hit and miss. Some of them are like way too sticky, or maybe that's just because I don't have any personally. I just see them at, Sioux Lab, and I like try them out. And I'm like, whoa, like just pulling up to Lighthouse, there's no wiggle room. Like it has to sit solid. Yeah. If there you can't adjust it because it's gonna go over.
It's kind of nice that way though.
But I heard some people say that if it breaks in, some break in pretty well where it does give you the wiggle room.
That's true too, yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're all kind of different. But I know what you mean, though. Sometimes it is, like, real sticky for, like, some of those kinds of things, but...
And for us, the people who've, started with JKAs and are ready for it to be slippery, when it's not slippery, you're like, what the fuck?
It's like when you're, like, got socks on, you go to the kitchen and you want to just run and slide across the floor, but your feet don't slide at all and you just fucking eat shit. Yeah,
that's exactly what happened. Totally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mom, clean the floor, Mom. What the fuck?
Get the pledge on here. Or you just do it on yourself, spray pledge all over the floor and dogs falling all over his ass. Continuing. Our company is composed of individuals who while having a variety of experience and expertise, all share the commonalities of being kendama enthusiasts and players, holding the benefit that our best kendamas are yet to come. Yeah, saying that shit in 2014. We keep the company focused on what kendama players want in a kendama, while offering kendama at high-end and entry-level prices. Totally.
Nice.
The high-end, they kind of dropped off the high-end recently, but I mean...
Yeah, a little bit, but I mean, they're still making, like, nice stuff. It just happens to be made in, like, China and shit, so...
Yeah, but... the China factories have been gotten a lot better, so hey,
yeah, they've upped their game.
Quality's getting better, yeah. Here we go, last section. To us, Sweets Kendamas, kendama is about never giving up. Well, what? And learn that practice makes the impossible become not only feasible but attainable. It gives the user a means to increase focus and hand-eye coordination, creating self-confidence that can be applied to any other difficult task in life. Much like martial arts or golf, kendama can never be completely mastered, leaving the possibility open for constant self-improvement. Period. Sweets team.
Boom.
Pro team: Christian Fraser, Chaz Shredwords, Owase, William Penniman, Matt Sweets Jorgensen, and Max Norcross. Legends. At that time, days. Alex Rausch and Jeffrey Van Riemen was already in Legends. That was the Legends, and then we have the Cross Ken Gang, which is now...
CKG.
Debunked. Cooper Eddy, Expo Perez, Zopo Perez, Jason Major, Brandon Meyer, Nui Wong, and Tebow.
How
do you say his last name? Arcos. It's French, everyone.
Yeah, he's
French.
French.
You don't know Tebow? You've been missing out.
Yeah, Tebow. He's a fucking OG. He's been around forever.
Yeah, man. French kendama.
Yeah. Hell yeah, old Sweets teams and shit. That's sick, man. I'm hyped to go back to Minnesota and see the Sweets squad again. I haven't been there for a couple years. Last year I was in Japan for MKO. So this year I get to go see all the homies.
Dude, think about that mission. Part of the mission is to, spread kendama and the great aspects of it. And what are they doing? Dude, they just said, fuck the MKO. It's not just Minnesota. Let's cover the whole continent, motherfuckers.
That's right.
Let's get over to, let's bring the Canadian homies in.
Yeah.
And
we're here. And the Mexicans.
Maybe Central America. Sure, come on in. The more the merrier.
Mexico's part of North America.
Oh, that's true. Hey, geography. And everyone's going to have a good time hanging out. NAKO's going down. You're going to be there. I'm not going to be there. So everyone, if you want to say what up to the nerds, just give 2 high fives to Rod.
You're not going?
I'm not going. I'm not going. But you know who is going?
I'm going.
You're going, as well as the godfather of American kendama.
Yes. The boy Sander himself.
Yes. Big boy Sanders is going in. That's a pretty big thing. As well as legendary legend, Roush.
Alex Roush. Ruish.
Ruish. Sorry, Ruish.
I haven't seen him in forever either. I'm so hyped to see him. And his legend mod just dropped. Did you see that?
Yes.
It looks sick.
Awesome. Pride for his country, letting people know. Yeah. And it's good because to have it revamped like that, to get the new players, in the loop, knowing who this is, the next one, like, they got to get the Jeffrey mod out because, like, Jeffrey was on another fucking level back in the day. Like,
yeah, he was.
Oh my God.
I wonder, but, like, the thing about that is that recently Jeffrey hasn't been posting or anything. I wonder if he plays Kendama. I haven't spoken to him or anything for a long time.
Yeah.
But you're right, man. Back in the day, man, those Dutch Kendama edits were untouchable. He was doing tricks that, like, nobody, like, people are still barely doing. Yeah. He had, like, 25 edits before I even had one.
Yeah.
It's insane. And he has, like, 40 or 50 or some shit. It's crazy.
Yeah. And there's
Maybe
a big majority who doesn't know about it. So there you go. That's the homework, everyone.
The nerds' homework.
Jeffrey Van Rieven. Check out
Dutch Kendama.
YouTube, Dutch Kendama, and watch some videos because
the original
World.
legends. Yeah, man. Him and Alex Ruish, man. If you guys haven't seen Ruish's stuff either, you're missing out. There's actually some really dope old like Ruish and Dutch Kendama edits where they do like doubles tricks the whole time, and those are like. There's not a lot of edits like that even to this day. There's a few doubles edits and stuff like that, but not like this. Like these guys went hard. It was sick.
Yeah, or the collabs like Ken Garden. Sour Mash, the stove, and Ruish.
Yeah, like Ruish versus the Paws 3-spike.
Oh, man. Yeah,
that was a classic one. Shit like that.
Oh, my God. Really
and
intense
they're all
stuff.
filmed, like, just all in the black, like, in the dark room, like Adrian Esteban style.
Yes.
Yeah.
Taken from the yo-yo field of filming and shit.
Hell yeah.
Or what else? I mean, Ruish possibly was the first one to put out, like, tutorials, if I'm... incorrect.
You might be right, honestly. Like one of for sure, because like he's done a lot of them.
Yeah. No speaking, just like an IKEA manual. There's no words anywhere. It's just a bunch of pictures.
No, that's good. Yeah.
So anyone can learn. So he's a legend, and he's gonna be at NAKO. So go and fucking give him a high five. Watch some of his edits so you really understand how much of a legend he is. Also the Sweets mod,
Man, we're talking about these legends. These guys are going to be the judges for the freestyle, if I'm not mistaken. There's Ruish, Sander, and then none other than Ben Harold, the three of them.
Yes.
That's some pretty gnarly judges.
So you got to get in there. Have fun, dress to impress.
Hells yeah.
That's going to be a... What's
I'm not gonna go all Kozarov, I'm not gonna come out of a TV on stage or anything like that. But
I don't think there's anyone who can pull that off. It's just her.
Yeah, I don't think anybody could pull that off like her. To be honest, you just can't.
Nope. You just get angry and be like, "What the fuck is this person doing?"
Yeah, just
but
get
it's like,
out
oh wait, dude, that's Kozarov.
Yeah.
So that's happening. NAKO's going down. I wonder how many people are going. It's going to be good. I know there's a few people from Sue Lab. Sue.
I heard Sue's
Ayaka
going.
And Moti are heading over.
Tell Sue I said to bring me some fucking Yonas.
Smuggle them over. Or you can just put them in your
You can. You're allowed to bring them. You can bring me as many as he's allowed. Tell him to bring me 12.
Shit, yeah. So that's happening, everyone. If you don't know Moti, he's the turntable master,
the turntable guy.
Yeah, ask him how to do turntables. That guy
is like really, 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 really good at kendama, but not really, really, really good at social stuff. Right.
He's very focused on just being in his zone.
Yeah, he's a fucking like super nerd. It's gnarly.
Yeah. He used to be he's still pretty hardcore into video games, but like before Kendama, like that's what his life was.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Hardcore gaming. Yeah.
Interesting. I'm not surprised, but I didn't know that.
Right, adds to his non-social skills kind of if he's just playing video games all the time.
I guess.
But hopefully,
I play a lot of video games too, and I'm a pretty social guy. I don't know.
Yeah, but you also smoke a lot of weed.
There is that, but not always.
Not always. That helps loosen you up.
Hell
some
yeah.
Yonas in you and shit.
Oh,
But hopefully,
man.
hey, who knows? Maybe, Moti can get better and better because of kendama. Because
Yeah,
the
I mean,
fucking
that could be his
community
outlet.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope so.
So don't make this, don't everyone be shy to say hello to Moti.
Yeah. Or anyone for that matter.
Or anyone. Yeah, fuck that.
That was a thing, actually, a couple of years ago. I was at MKO with Koda, who is also
Yeah.
coming again this year. Koda and Tomotsu are both coming from Japan also.
Oh, yeah.
And me and Koda noticed that all the Japanese homies were all kind of hanging out by themselves rather than like mingling with all the like Americans and I guess Canadians and stuff as well. And we
It's
were
the level
like,
of
what the
English.
hell? Yeah, but the one person we saw was Tomoki. Tomoki was like, his English has gotten way
But
better in the last bunch of years. He's been practicing and stuff, and so he was just
Yeah.
hanging out with the homies and stuff. And
I mean,
so-
he grew up like a little bit in the U.S. I forgot where he was exactly.
I think you're right. I want to say Hawaii or something, but I don't know for sure.
I think it was mainland. But when he moved to Japan, I saw him and he came to Sulab, like the first Sulab shop.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing him and I was like, whoa, he's really good. And I was like, and his English is freaking awesome. Like, dude.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, I lived in America with my parents and we just came back to Japan. I was like, oh shit. So
Well, that
yeah,
makes
his
sense.
English is
Yeah.
is normal and he's used to that scene and stuff. But it definitely goes to just the English level that the Japanese players don't have.
Totally. And what I was going to say is it's like you kind of see the same thing at the Japanese events, like at
Yes.
World Cup and
Yes.
like Catch and Flow and stuff. But yeah, it's interesting. It's kind of, I get it because like, I mean, it's not easy. If you can't speak to each other, it sucks. It's
Right?
You have to put in so much more effort to actually have a conversation. But
Yeah. So
it still
but-
happens though. There's still crossovers for stuff and whatnot.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
That's good.
So get out of your shell, everybody,
Yeah.
and just go say hi. Try
Yeah.
to strike up a conversation, even if you
Say
can't
what
get that
up.
far. Like, just come on.
Yeah, even if you just try, you go say what up. That's it. And that's
What
it.
up?
At least you said what up.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So like, but we're talking about people who are coming to NAKO, NKO. And,
Naiko.
one person who's not coming, who should be coming, and we
Oh.
talked about this same person at fucking World Cup, is So
Yeah.
Canada. He's like the reigning champion 2 years in a row or whatever.
Whoa,
And he's not going.
going.
Again, same as fucking World Cup. He was like second place and champion the year before and still doesn't come.
Oh man, is it the same shit where it's just like school?
I believe so,
is-
yeah. I don't know for sure, but I mean, what else could it be?
Probably is.
Yeah.
Yeah, being strict, getting ready for what is college now or some shit,
Being Japanese.
and being, all about the real future and I guess
Yeah.
whatever. There's different shit that happens, different families and stuff, but it
Yeah.
seems like his parents
Yeah.
are being like, yo, like, all right, this toy thing is cool and whatnot, but
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because like you would think like he's winning and shit, so he's like making money.
Yeah,
Like there's
yeah.
prizes for these competitions, so it's not like
right.
like I'm sure it's like he's paying to fly to America and stuff too, so there's that. But like I don't know, if I was my kid, maybe I have a biased point of view just because I'm already a Dama player, but like I'd be hyped as fuck. I'd be
Right.
like, yeah, you're doing something you like and you're doing well, like cool, yeah, like you can do the college thing, but like don't
Why
miss
not?
out on this like life opportunity that like most people don't get, especially if he's that good and like doing that well with it. It's like fuck, he's
Right.
beating the hundreds of people that are best in the world. Like he's coming out on top. So like,
Yeah. It's a little sad.
It's a sad
People have
thing,
different
man.
values, and then in this case, it seems like his parents aren't too stoked on his ability for kendama, even if it's just like a leisure thing every once in a while.
I guess. Yeah. I don't know if that's the case or not, but I don't know. But
Or
anyway,
maybe
he's not
it's him
gonna
himself.
be there. So. Yeah, or maybe it's him. I don't know. Either
Maybe
way,
he's like,
he's
whatever.
not going to be there. So there will be no So Canada to win this year.
No, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry about him
But,
in the freestyle or the open,
yeah.
everyone.
But there will be, all the regular other homies that you got to worry about. All the Soul Squad and the Chrome
man.
Squad and
Yep,
the GT homies are there and
definitely.
everyone's going to be there. It's going to be sick.
Everyone from Sweets, the Sweets crew
Yeah, all
isn't
the
just
Sweets
working the whole
crew.
time; they'll be in there too,
Hell
in the
yeah.
mix. trying to get that podium spot.
And there is one question that I know everybody has on their mind this year, since, it's not at the Hilton. There's no fountain. Is Bonds going to find a spot to swim? I don't know. Man.
I mean, someone should get a massive, like, portable jacuzzi, bring it to that last event, that second.
Set it up in the lobby or some shit.
Set it up, yeah. Everyone, not just Bonds, everyone fucking jump in there. Bobbing for Bonzs.
That'd be good. Bobbing for Bonzs. That's a little weirder than I think you intended. Sounds a little weirder. But yeah, I don't know. That's just always been a funny thing, because that was like every year it was like he would just do it, and there'd be like, or he would like, nobody would know, and then there would be like a picture would surface later of him doing it, and people were like, "Oh, he did it!" Like,
right,
it was always like a joke.
Or it just had to be a lot quicker, because now it's like there's staff of the hotel like, "Yo,
yeah, they're onto him. They're like, it's that guy.
Do that shit." Yeah,
it's that curly-haired motherfucker over there.
Yeah, fucking curly-haired dude.
Yeah. But yeah, what else is going on? We got at the NKO, we got the Downspike Awards happening. Have you voted yet? Did you get your vote in?
Oh yes, I did. Everyone go to downspike.com and put your votes in. I think there's about what was it? There's like six different categories for that.
Yeah, there's not too many, just something like that, 5 or 6 or 7 or something.
Right. And they will be announced at NAKO after party. It's gonna be
at the after party.
Yeah.
And then that's gonna be the Downspike Awards are gonna be hosted again by Smith, the same as last year.
All right. Doing some more hosting. You got someone get a cucumber ready, throw at him while he's on stage.
I just might actually. That's a good idea.
Cucumber spike. Do it again. So here we go. We have breakout performance. There's a bunch of people in the breakout performance. Adrian Esteban, Dante Senegal.
Yeah.
Yosuke Abe.
Yosuke Abe is
Aventis. They got little Yui. Nakamura. Dewey, Sora, Mochi.
Dude, let's talk
Shona,
about Yui
Chris.
for a quick second, man. Coming with Yui.
Oh!
She just finished that 1,001 days in a row posting a trick on Instagram. That is insane.
And it's
like 8 years old? 9 years old? Like,
yeah.
And
her early posts, like she was a baby. She's still crazy young.
Yeah, and she's still going. She's on like 1,003 or something. She's still posting every day.
No reason to stop.
No. It's crazy.
No reason to stop.
Shout out Yui.
Continue. Yui.
Shout out Yui. One day you'll be old enough to learn English and listen to these old Dama Nerd episodes, and you'll get this shout out, hopefully.
I really... It's awesome how a lot of the North American players and stuff have noticed that and are sharing it on their IG stories and whatnot. Just, showing that respect for this little girl who's just been like 1,000 days, dude.
Yeah,
going
man,
for
she's
now Kozarov did it.
That's true.
And she stopped at 1,000 because she's like, I'm tired as shit.
Yeah.
I'm not 8 years old now.
That's true. But like, yeah. Yui's doing like really, really hard tricks. No,
hard fucking tricks.
Like she's like since she started, she has progressed so far. It's insane to like if you watch her if you were to sit and watch those 1,000 tricks, it's like watching her progress. Like of course also growing as a human because like how long like 1,000 days is plus 3 years kind of thing. Like
yeah, man. This is like when she becomes a teenager, like when she's like 20, someone should make a documentary following Yui Nakamura in her 1,000-day video. Dude, and just talk about how like, yo, we watched you grow. How was that? How'd you feel? How did that ending chant after you got the spike? How did that evolve from bombs to crom to whatever the next thing is gonna be? That you say after
she always says something. Yay! Blah, blah,
yay!
Always, hell yeah! So shout out Yui. That was good stuff.
Yep.
So what was the next category? We're getting off on a tangent here. What was the next category?
Next category is it's kind of connected. Best female performance, best woman performer.
Oh,
performance player.
Yeah, player.
Nonoka, of course. Kyodo Nonoka. There's
Misu.
And bringing it back, Yui. And Yua.
Nothing but little Chinese girls. Or Japanese girls. Why did I just say Chinese? That was weird.
Because you're a racist?
Wow. Yeah, you got me.
Yes. But yeah, that's something, because these girls are just so good. And there are plenty of other girls around the world who are slaying Dama, but
100%.
These girls are on another level.
It's true.
And this is the awards. True. This is the awards, so you got the best of the best.
Hells yeah.
But there is a little bar that you can click other and add your own.
Yeah, you can add your own. That's pretty cool. I noticed that too. I like that.
But I wonder how many people actually, I don't think using that and typing in a random name, not a random name, but someone who you think should be the winner
on the list.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
I mean, if enough people do it, it would become, you know what I mean?
It would have to be a big thing. It'd have to be an obvious, whoa, no, why is this person not in here?
Yeah.
Add them.
I think that, on that note, I think there's a good chance that if any of those girls were not on that list, there'd be at least a couple people to have added them, for sure.
Yes. But there you go. That's pretty hardcore. I don't know who would accept the award, because I don't think any of them are going. Is Misu going?
No, Misu's not going, unfortunately.
Right? She just went to Van Jam, so...
Yeah, she was here for 2 weeks.
Right? Grinding on some edits, waiting for those. Yeah. Everyone's waiting for those, dude.
Yeah, it's actually pretty much finished. We went camping for a night, and all this stuff. Took Misu out in the woods camping and did some filming and stuff. Got some good tricks, and the edit's pretty much done. And I think we're trying to premiere it at the NKO if we can.
There we go. Do it.
So
do it. Live stream it so we can see too.
Look forward to that. Yeah, there'll be that too.
Next category, Trick of the Year, aka Best Insta Banger.
Insta Banger.
So we got Alex Mitchell, Kevin DeSoto, D Westy, and Misu.
So I thought that was funny. I watched the videos for them to be refreshed of which trick is which.
Yes,
Alex Mitchell one is, when I clicked on the link, it's actually a doubles with Maudie.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. It's strange.
So who should get the credit for that?
Yeah, what the hell?
Whose idea was it?
I'm curious if it's if it's an Alex Mitchell, if it's supposed to be a different trick maybe, and they just accidentally linked the wrong one.
Oh wait, you know what?
Hold on. I thought
let me clear
it was
this up.
The solar flare throw to border balance.
It is. It says right after his name, it says in parentheses, second clip.
Oh.
So let me click this right now. Now, I didn't see that as well. Yes. So the first clip is him and Moti. The second one is him alone doing the solar flare. Yeah, like you said, with the bus going back. Solar flare. Yep. Throw to, border. That's the one.
Okay. That makes more sense to me. Good. Mystery solved. Good work, gang.
Good work, guys. Hopefully we cleared that up for maybe other people who thought the same thing.
Yeah. We can't be the only nerds who fucked that up.
So there's that. And the next
one,
Johnny Appleseed Award, who's been going around planting seeds of kendama.
Yeah. And this is the... So there's... Sorry, you go ahead and say them. I'll say what I have to say afterwards.
Is it the kendama goat, Daniel Rakeng? Is it John Genron from Geon Kendama? Gion? Is it the Flow Grove, Joshua? Is it Damon Dutton from Colorado Kendama? Or is it Adam22 who is on some shit?
Yeah. And this is what I was going to say, is that's where a lot of people find controversy with that one because Adam's in it.
Yeah.
And we've talked a little bit about that before in the past with all the controversy and stuff surrounding that, and it's interesting. So we'll see what happens with that, I guess.
I mean, it's just spreading kendama love in it, or spreading kendama. So it could be anybody.
And I mean, he does do that. I saw a video, I think it was today or yesterday, that he posted that was, do you know the rapper Rhapsody? It's this chick rapper that I really like her, and she's really good.
Oh, word.
And he got her to spike the Dama on there. I was just like, oh, hell yeah, that's sick.
Only rappers I know is DMX,
I mean,
Coolio,
yeah.
Tupac, Biggie.
Oh yeah, yeah, the classics.
Yeah, that's all I know from my sister. But just spreading it. There's a lot of people who are continuing to do the spike challenge, first spike challenge.
Yeah, that's cool too. That's always a thing.
And that's one thing that I see, and I'm like, whoa, like Patrick from Kenholics, the artist.
Yeah, he's about that, eh?
On his Instagram, like, he's almost like every night, if he's going to a bar or something, he's getting like 5 people to spike. So
I really like that guy. That guy's hilarious.
Yeah,
and he does do a good job of that, of like spreading kendama and stuff.
Right. So so go vote for that. Who you think is the best Johnny Appleseediest? Yeah. Next one, edit of the year. We got there's a bunch in here. George Marshall for Edit 3, Volume 3. There's Adrian Esteban for String Theory. Christian Fraser for his Legend Edit. Damon Kirchmeyer for Good Grief. Womp. Lyndon Whalen, Pro Mod Edit. South Kendama and Fu Shang Edit filmed by, I can't read that kanji. But it was like I think it was an edit for a event that was happening that went down.
The Taiwan one, right?
Yeah. Shun Tanaka for Afterglow, first edit, and then the Cody Grizz 28 Tricks Later.
28 Tricks Later. That
compilation.
That was good.
Or other, and you can add your own. That's a big list. That's probably the hardest one to do. Edit of the year, and maybe like the banger one too.
Yeah,
because it's like there's just so much. Like, how can you really say that these are like, that must be the hardest for the people who are making this. I don't know if it's Alex or Cheech, but
I think that I think they take nominations.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that goes down on Downspike, and so I just miss it. So
I guess so. I'm pretty sure that's the way it works. They ask for nominations for each category. I'm sure they have their own like ideas, but like I don't know.
Right. That'd be nutty, but there you go. There's a bunch of stuff. Or, of course, there's the other, where you can choose other and add your own URL. Let them know. Man. But enter.
That's the last one, right, of those?
Yes. So
that's going to be cool, those Downspike Awards. That'll be
2,
fun.
3, 4, 5. 5 categories.
Nice. Man, so speaking of all this NKO stuff, fucking one thing. Have you seen the tricks for it?
Yes. A while ago when they came out.
Yeah, there's some gnarly tricks on that list, man. There's some
for the open, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like little cup, scooping goldfish, insta like toss barrel roll to inward lunar.
That's good luck, guys. Like,
yeah, I haven't. Oh man, I was messing with it a little bit. I've almost scooped it. I haven't gotten it yet. I got to practice that one.
Yeah,
for sure. I like that one just for fun. There's a bunch of good ones, but
yeah. There's all of them are pretty much different. I like how there's a big range of just like fun, flowy, or like tech. Like it's all in there. So you have to be a really well-rounded player.
Yeah. To
make it far, and they're doing double. I was about to say
double elimination.
Yeah, double execution.
Double execution
is happening. I think that's good for a lot of people. So you don't just get cut off and die in the first round.
Yeah, it's good, but the competition takes a long time because of it.
Extra long. Yep.
So it's gonna be a long day, but it'll be good.
So everyone,
some other stuff that's happening at NKO is Gloken is gonna be there, as I mentioned. Tomotsu and Kodo will be there, and they're officially releasing the Kendama Kente in English. So there'll be like spots. They're doing like the teacher training program that we've been doing all over Japan for people to become the sensei and stuff, and so you can do the testing yourself.
Are you gonna help? They're gonna be like, yes. Yo, Rod, we need your help.
Yeah, I already
so much experience, right?
They asked me, they asked me to help them out because I know all about it and stuff because we've already done all the events and stuff, and so,
exactly.
And I speak a little bit better English than the Japanese guys, So
yeah.
Just a little bit though.
A little bit, right? So that's happening,
and dude, that's happening, which is interesting because
JKA too.
That's what I was gonna say. I found out after that also the JKA is fucking basically doing the same thing. They're doing like their little teacher training course and the dawn testing and things.
Yeah.
Shiesty motherfuckers.
Trying to jump in. Hey, we're cool. Check it out. I got a chain attached to my wallet to my belt. Is that cool, guys?
I got a wallet chain, man. Check me out.
We're cool too. But you know, some people are down with that, and you know, getting the dawn testing and those kind of testing. So that's cool. That's cool. As long as they don't try to be shiesty. And I'm sure Sweets is gonna make sure everything's cool. We're all just drink beers and smoke some weed and just be friends.
I mean, it'll be fine. They're weird towards the Glowcan guys. That's all.
Yeah.
They're fine with everybody else. Everybody else is just like, yeah, it's cool and like, you know. But that's yeah.
But go be, judge for yourself, everyone. But it's a cool opportunity, nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one awesome thing about NAKO, bringing all these things together, giving everyone a lot of opportunities to do a bunch of different stuff, not just compete. There's like lectures. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, there's like workshops and stuff. So I was like talking about doing workshops. I don't think I'm gonna do one in the end. I don't know what, but there's all sorts of different workshops going on. People talking about like how to, like Kevin DeSoto's talking about how to prepare for competitions.
Yeah.
There's a couple different ones. I forget all the rest of them, but there's like.
Is Austin gonna have one talking about how to let the poop out before the competition?
I hope so.
Or at least, he should be a guest on DeSoto's segment.
Yeah.
Getting ready for the comp.
talking about like his stats and shit like that. That wouldn't be a bad thing, honestly.
Yeah.
I wonder if he will. I have actually, speaking of Austin, I have been lagging because, we were talking about how busy I am. I've been lagging. He won the break shit contest. I've been lagging shipping that shit to him.
Oh, no shit, dude. Come on.
So, I still have it, so I'm going to deliver it to him in person with a little extra goodies in it because I took so long.
Yeah.
So,
sorry,
get
Austin.
ready, Austin. If you're listening, buddy, it's coming. Sorry,
leave some space in your suitcase.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's pretty sweet. I didn't know that they were having that at all. And so I was like looking at the site and I was like, what? You can sign up for what? Different types of what? That's really cool.
Yeah, I like that about the format they've been doing is that they're doing not only like competition, like you said, like there's something for everyone. Like they're bringing all this stuff together.
Yeah,
and that's like really awesome to see. I like that. Not a lot of like competitions and stuff offer things like workshops, which is something that like I've really enjoyed. Like we talk a lot about like juggling and stuff and juggling festivals, and that's something they always do at juggling festivals is workshops. Where they're always teaching each other, like, this is, like, my specialty, so I'm going to teach you this. Like, this is my specialty, I'm going to teach you this kind of thing. And that's fucking cool, like, just sharing your knowledge through that medium, Not that you don't anyways, but...
It's the best chance to, because everyone's getting together.
Exactly.
So there's the best chance to meet other people that you've only seen on the interwebs. And...
the internets.
Like we said with the double elimination, you have a lot of downtime for some people. So that's Sweets did a good job. Hand clap, Sweets, for prepping all this other shit.
Yep.
This is going to be a good event. A lot of work went down. So if you're going, enjoy the shit out of it.
I'm gonna enjoy the shit out of it.
Do it. Who knows what's going to go down?
Yeah, and hell yeah, like MJ said, fucking come say what up. If you guys see me, if we haven't met yet, if we have met yet, come say what up. Give your boy a high five. Fucking shout out nerds. Tell me what your favorite fucking nerd episode is. Your favorite stupid Rod story.
Yeah. Or maybe stories are going to be created at NAKO to talk about.
Well, I mean, of course, yeah. Of course.
Courses. So we're coming down to the end of our episode. Right before we started, we put on our IG that we're gonna be asking you guys some questions. So let us know what you have, any questions you have for us, and we'll answer them right now. So let's go, Rod. Check it out. What do we got? We have anything good?
Yeah, I got a couple on my story. Did we get any on the Dama Nerds one?
Sadly, no, guys.
Oh.
Come on.
We didn't give very much notice, to be fair.
Yes, it's just an hour. So if people are, but come on, I thought everyone's on this shit all the time, glued to their phones and shit. But thanks, shout out to Kendama Media for sharing your story.
Oh yeah, they did, eh?
So hopefully that got some more eyes on it. So we got maybe more questions.
Nice,
but yeah, it was all of a sudden. Let us know.
Let's
see. So what we got, Rod? What we got?
I got a couple questions. I got one here from Luca Treglia _ is the.
Oh, hold on. Let me step back. We got 3 questions on the Dama Nerds IG. Thanks, guys.
Oh, beautiful.
Start off with you. Go.
All right, yeah. So I got this one. This is kind of an interesting question. So we're gonna have to go a little deep on this one. So, what is the best type of wood for every trick in the kendama? So like, what kind of wood is good for each trick, kind of thing? Which is like
each trick,
kind of a hard question to answer, but like short form version.
Yes,
I
give
would
us a short form.
That like, so of like the major woods, something like beechwood, maple, walnut, purple heart. Those are kind of like regular woods these days. Yeah, ash. Maybe hickory these days is around a lot. So, in my experience, I've liked beechwood for stalls and stuff because the bevel is always nice and soft. Beech and ash are really good for those. And maple is as well, but maple is a little bit more of like a solid for like taps and like more aggressive tricks, I find, because it's like more of a tank of a wood. Kind of thing.
Which is interesting. I've heard,
Sorry, go ahead.
I've heard that maple will break in different with different people depending on how oily and sweaty your hands are.
Absolutely. I think that goes for any wood, really.
But I think it seems like, because I had the image actually that maple was kind of softer, so maybe it takes in more of the grease, so then it becomes a little softer.
Like we were saying before, like it could be like softer depending on which piece, like this piece could be soft, this piece could be the hardest piece ever. Like, it all fluctuates so much. Yeah. So there's also that, as well as like the oily hands thing. There's like the how much you play, like the humidity of the climate of where you live, like stuff like that. Like there's so many factors.
So short form, there is no correct answer.
Basically, yeah. I mean, there is like general, like I was saying, like this in general is good for that, but really any kendama can do any trick, and it all comes down to just that piece of wood, really.
Right.
Yeah. So there's your answer, Luca.
Anything.
Thanks for the question.
Yeah. But if any, actually, let me step back. I would say, maybe it's just because I'm an OG player, but beech. I feel like beech is just it's it.
It's like the most all around one, you think?
I feel so.
I don't.
They're all gonna chip. They're all it has a good amount of weight to it. It's still soft. It breaks in.
It's decently consistent.
It's cheap. If you want to look at it that way as well. It's classic. Yeah, so maybe beech. Maybe beech.
Yeah.
Here we go. Coming over. Next question from Ricky Rosas. Yeah. Is bevel licking allowed in competitions?
That's a good question. And yes, it is.
Morally, depending on your preference, maybe not. But
if you want to stand on a stage in front of however many people and lick your kendama, then it's all good.
Exactly.
If that's okay for you, then I think everybody else is kind of like, that's okay.
It's all right. Well, okay.
I mean, I can't say shit. I'm one of the people who do it. I'm shameless. I don't give a fuck. If I'm going for a stilt trick and it's like between me like being like, oh, I don't want people to see me lick my bevel, and like actually licking it and doing it, like,
and landing the trick for the competition. Bevel. Yeah.
I'm gonna get right in there.
Exactly. So there you go. But it is allowed. Rule wise, it's totally cool.
Yeah, there's no rule against it in any competition that I've heard of.
Yeah. But that being said, we're just the nerds, so double check with your judges. Next question. Go for it, Rod.
Yeah, I got one more. So, what tricks are... This one is from Albert and Go. This is, I believe... Yeah, this is the Albert that we met at KWC. Not this year, but last year. Was it this year? Anyway, Albert's the homie. What up, Albert? His question is, what tricks are good to get new people to try kendama? Like flashy stuff, but isn't the most technical thing in the world. And then he says in brackets, love the podcast, by the way.
Word.
Love you, Albert. You're the homie.
Albert. I'm doing a heart symbol right now, Albert. You can't see, but that's for you.
Yeah.
What is now? We mentioned this a little bit before. How when you would like demo some Dama, like just on the street, trying to get people into it, that they are less likely to pick up and try it themselves if you're doing something crazy because they feel intimidated.
Yes. But that being said, once they get like a basic thing like catching it on the cup down and they get that a few times and they want to learn more, there is some like really easy, like not super flashy but kind of flashy looking tricks that you can teach people. Something like baseball. If you guys don't know what baseball is, you basically you're in Moshikame grip holding the can. So you catch the ball on the big cup, and while it's there, you twist your wrist and tap the Tama with like the butt, like the side of the base cup. Swing the ball around in a circular motion, and then catch it back on the base cup. So you're hitting it like a baseball and then using the string to swing it, and then catching it back on the cup. So the can never leaves your hand, but you're swinging the ball around kind of thing. And that's like one when you're starting to swing it, you're starting to like, you get to crank it and tap it a little bit.
Right.
You know, so that's a little bit more exciting, like a little flashier kind of.
Totally. I think orbits.
There's another one. Yeah, orbits are good too. Yeah. There's another one that I really liked where you start holding the Tama, and I always tell people that you like kind of lift/throw the Tama at about like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock kind of thing. And you let go of it, and then you grab the Ken. And the whole idea with the 2 o'clock is that you're keeping tension on the string for that when you grab that Ken, the Tama swings around and completes the circle, and then again you just catch it on the cup. And I think there's like a Zuma slow catch, they call that in Japan, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, it's a Zuma something like that.
It's a really good one though. I've used that to teach people for years. It's a good little flashy kind of
right.
That's the one where like people want to learn something like kind of cool, and they're like,
you're throwing the kendama for a second.
Yeah, so like I'll show them that, and like most people can get that if you can catch it on the big cup pretty often. You can get that within a few tries. It's just figuring out the swing kind of thing.
Yep.
So that's
there you go,
what
Albert.
I would say is a good one. Yeah. And keep spreading that love. Get those flashy little easy tricks going.
Yeah. And then of course, so have them come in with some simple tricks that are, it's like, whoa, maybe I can try that. And then once they're stoked on it and doing it, then you could be like, and here's just an example of maybe some high level stuff just to show you what is possible.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So don't
it's
start
hard,
off with the crazy shit.
You don't want to scare them away, but you also want to show them. You don't want to like, I don't know. For me, I just like to have fun and play. So like,
yeah.
So like, I just want to throw a moon circle sometimes. Just do it, and then people will be like, "Whoa, what the fuck? What did you just do, man?" And I'm like, "That's nothing really. Like, you want to try?" And they're like, "No, I want to see you do it." And they're like, "Fuck."
Right.
Well, okay.
The thing is, like, I feel a lot of people will be more interested and more intrigued to continue it, or they'll understand the difficulty of the harder tricks once they try it themselves, doing just like a cup or baseball.
Yeah, there's also that. That's a good point.
So then they say like, whoa, like it took me so long just to do this baseball thing, and like you're balancing it on this point, like, whoa, what the hell?
Yeah, so then they start to understand. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Because that's one thing that's like, it's if you don't know kendama and you're doing some crazy ass like tech tricks, people will look at it and be like, I don't even know what's fucking happening. Like when I watch yo-yo and this fucking shit's going all over in strings, or cats cradling and shit. I'm just like, that looks cool, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is he wrapped in there? Is he supposed to be wrapped around his finger? Oh, it looks like it was. I don't know.
But it came back to his hand at the end. Applaud.
Sure as hell walked that dog. God damn.
Next question, coming from channel CH0739, no profile pic. Where are you? What are your favorite tricks, and what is your favorite kendama? Huh. My favorite trick is definitely scrambled anything. Scramble airplane, scramble the lighthouse, scrambled swap. I love scrambles.
Love those scrambles. I love scrambles too.
Yeah.
That's definitely one of my favorite tricks. I don't know, like people ask that all the time, and I never I don't have one favorite. And like it's all depending on like what I want to do or like what I'm feeling. Sometimes I just like stilts. Sometimes I like handle stalls. Sometimes I like just a good solid fucking down spike. You know, like, honestly, I gotta say that. I think that's, like, there's nothing in the world, like, if just cranking a good, solid smacker of a down spike, it's just,
Yeah.
ugh. And especially if you have a Dama that just, like, just sings when you hit it, you know? It's like, It's just, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's real good.
It's real good.
But he also asked what your favorite Damas are. That's some hard shit.
What is your favorite Ken Dama?
I personally recently have been playing my Ash Pro model, and I've been loving that one personally.
Yeah.
Not just because I'm trying to sell them to get royalties, but I do actually
bigger
enjoy
base
playing.
cup hole.
Yeah. We kind of updated the shape on like the Pro Mod stuff from the first batch. So if you saw like the first batch of stuff, the base cup hole was like a little bit smaller. I got that made a little bigger. I got the cups a little bit deeper to grip those loons a little better.
Oh, work.
Got the bevel a little bit wider. Yeah, it's like definitely a bunch more honed than it was before.
Right, and not using just ash, but specifically white ash, everybody.
Yeah. And the beach stuff actually has all those updates as well. So if you get any of the beach stuff and stuff too, it has all that now.
Nice. White beach?
White beach, man. Right near the beach.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. Favorite kendama, fucking anyone that I have. The one that I'm playing that day.
Yeah.
As long as it's not broken. Strings, I need a string, you know? Not down with a no string because I drop it too often. So
I love the stringless because I've been doing the juggle stuff, but like
you're good at juggling.
After a while, it's like fucking pain in the ass bending over, picking it up all the time. So every once in a while, I gotta switch it. Fuck this, I'm gonna use the string. But then you'll play and then the string gets all over your fingers and you get tangled and you're like, fuck this, I'm going back to stringless.
I mean,
so it's good to have the little swap, you know?
Yeah. So there you go. Last question from Shandom. How did you end up living in Japan? Rod as well. Will he live in Japan again? ? That's deep, Shane.
That is a good question. So that's a good question, actually. Do you want? I'll go first, sure. So like, for me, I ended up living in Japan because like I always, of course, was interested in it. Ever since I went there for the first time, I wanted to spend more time there, and I was just talking with Tomotsu actually. One year when we were both in New York for the New York Toy Fair, we were walking around looking at booths and stuff and just talking about it, and I was kind of interested, and he just basically offered it to me. He said, well, if you want, like, if you are serious about it, you can come live at the Gloken house in Matsumoto, and you can help out at Gloken, and I could teach his kids English while I was there, which I did all of that for the year while I was living there.
Yeah.
And I couldn't be more grateful to Tomotsu for that. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And as for me living there again, I definitely want to. And I'm scheming on making that happen somehow, some way. I don't know yet, but about to see Tomotsu again, so maybe we'll have some talks and scheme on some plans and stuff. Who knows?
Yeah, right?
Life is crazy, man. Who knows? A plane could crash on my house. I could die right now before I even finish recording this and get it out there, in which case nobody would ever hear this.
No.
It's not going to happen, but, it could. I'm just saying, life is crazy. So, like,
You never know what's going to happen. All these different waves of opportunities and chances come along. If you decide to ride that wave or not.
Yeah. That's right.
Just do it. Do it and don't look back. Don't think about what else could have happened. Just roll with it.
It's like that episode of Rick and Morty, the first episode when they're running through the interdimensional customs and that guy has like the fucking hookah with the little gooey dude in it, and Morty like inhales some smoke as they knock it over when they're running, and then he coughs up a little thing, and it's like a little dude that's born and runs next to him, and then he gets old and then he falls over and dies. And Rick is like, and Morty freaks out. He's like, oh, and Rick goes, don't think about it. Just grabs him and then just continues, and it's never addressed again. Just like that. Be like Rick.
Be like,
don't think about it, Morty.
Rick.
Just don't think about it.
Oh man, my story is really long for this.
Yeah, let's hear it.
How I've ended up living in Japan. Well, I ended up living in Japan because I wanted to learn Japanese, and I was studied in the States on my own. Did some simple classes, like night classes at a local school, and I was never didn't get anywhere, guys. I I do not like to study, and that's all that was. Learning in the States, but I wanted to learn Japanese, so I was like, fuck it. I'm packing up my shit because I'm this serious about it. I'm not, that's kind of weird to think about. I'm so serious that I'm going to move to Japan to learn Japanese, but at the same time, I wasn't serious about it in America to study. You know?
That is interesting.
I see people who can, like, first time in Japan, they're from the States. It's like, wow, your Japanese is really good. They're like, oh yeah, I just studied through anime and what. Like, wow. Either you didn't have a lot of friends or like you're straight edge or something, because I couldn't do that shit. So I was like, fuck it, I'm moving to Japan. Gonna learn. I went to a Japanese school for 1 year here to get a good grip on the language. Found a good job, and now I'm here, man. I fucking found a good girl, married, got kids, have a house, and I'm fucking full blown Japan. Like that's set up. That's it. Yeah, I'm set up. I'm in here. I've been here for 10 years.
Yeah.
But like many people, my interest with the country started from manga and anime. And like deep when I was in middle school, when shit wasn't called manga, it was called graphic novels, and it was a tiny section in the bookstore that everyone was like, what's that? Not like now. So I had a chance to come to Japan with a buddy in middle school, this Japanese dude who every summer they would come to Japan, him and his family, because they still had a house here, and they'd be here for a month. So when I made friends with him. Yeah, I made friends with this dude, Kay, and we always would have like anime marathons and shit, and at his house in the States. And he's like, yo, this summer we're going to Japan. You want to come? I was like, fuck yeah. Like, I've traveled around a lot with my parents in Europe, South America. I've never been to Asia. So yeah, I'll go with your family. So I went for a month when I was 16. I think it was the first time I came to Japan. Mm-hmm. And had an awesome time. Just like, okay, I just want to learn about like the anime and the manga. I really like art and shit, so I wanted to learn more about that. Really didn't care too much about the culture and the language at that time, but that love grew. And I was like, wow, this is pretty interesting. I was like, I've never been to Asia, so it was totally, completely different experience, different types of people, different culture, different foods. So I was intrigued about it. So after that, pretty much every year, every summer, I came to Japan for a month and just liked it more and more and more until I finished school. And then I worked for this company who would send me to Japan, a Japanese company in the States who would send me to Japan for like half the year. And I was here working, going back and forth. At this time, I had no idea what kendama was, everyone. and it was until 2008 when I decided to move here that my company that I worked for had a kendama in their break room that nobody touched.
You talked about that one. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was it. Like, I had my hour break. I ate kind of fast, and I was like, what the fuck is this thing? You know, I have a background in skateboarding, so I was like, let me try. Okay, cool. And then it grew from there. And that's my story, peeps.
And here we are.
And here we are. Here we are.
That's sick.
Yeah, it goes deep. But like you said, man, you don't know what life will throw you.
Life is funny, man.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen.
Never. Who knows? Maybe you could win the NAKO competition next week.
Maybe. I mean, let's not get too carried away. Life is crazy, but I don't know if it's that crazy.
Rod laughs it off. Maybe. Probably not. But any case, thanks for the questions, everyone. All of a sudden, you came through.
Good for, an hour's notice. We got 5-6 questions. That's not so bad. I'm okay.
Jam.
I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, not at all.
Some good little nerdlings out there.
Nerdlings. All right. Well, it seems like that's the end of our show for this one, everyone. That was episode 2020.
Episode 20.
For all you laymans and everyone's, this is the road to NAKO happening right now. Next episode's going to come out after NAKO. And this will hopefully give you some time to, as you're traveling to Minnesota, listen to this episode.
Yeah. So all you little nerdlings coming out, I'll see you at the NKO, the NAKO, the NAKO.
Yep. Give Rod high fives.
Yeah.
take pictures.
High fives from the nerds.
Yeah.
Hells yeah.
So everyone, we have an Instagram account, Dama Nerds Instagram. You can check us out. We got posting some fun stuff every once in a while. If you have any questions, hit us up right there. Let us know what your opinions are about any of these topics that we talk about and shit. And we have a podcast on iTunes. Go check it out. People are still crying about us not being on Spotify, but we're on YouTube as well. So go over there. Spotify might happen. I'm still looking into it, but you can access our shit. So find that. If you want to support the nerds even more, we have a Kendertainment Patreon account where you can go and donate monthly to keep not only the Dama Nerds content growing and going, but as well as the Kendertainment stuff that I got on YouTube. Got the shotgun interviews, and I got like stuff. Fucking so much too. Will it JKA crazy fucking Ken games.
Hells yeah.
Which there's we got 2 episodes of Rod's in there a good amount too. So go find those episodes. They're good ones.
Hell yeah. Every chance we get, I mean.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, if you just want to support us, for, a simple share, a comment, a like, a review on iTunes helps this shit grow. So definitely do that.
A what up at an event, unite. A high five, all that.
Nerds unite.
We need nerds need emotional support too, not just financial support.
Word up.
Hells yeah. And on that note, catch you nerds after the NKO.
Hells yeah.
Nerds are out.